Now, in watching TV over the last weekend, I wanted to smack Lindsey Graham in the head. This whole healthcare issue, it's come out that more than 70% of the American people are willing and want a public option. It may not be the option you want, but they are willing. Obviously, the American people now realize just how much the cost of healthcare cripples them financially. And the fact is that a majority of people are willing to sign on for a public option, yet the Republicans keep pushing this talking point.
72% of the public supports a government health insurance plan, and 57% of the public is willing to pay more taxes for universal health care. They seem to be ready for the kind of changes that Republicans are fighting.
Well, it's just not Republicans, George. The reason you're not going to have a government-run health care pass the Senate is because it would be devastating for this country. The last thing in the world I think Democrats and Republicans are going to do at the end of the day is create a government-run health care system where you got a bureaucrat standing between the patient and the doctor.
Enough of that shit. Has he ever had to deal with an insurance agency? Have you ever tried to get coverage through your HMO or with your policy? Do you even understand your policy? I'd almost rather a government office than some cryptic, weird bullshit policy where I don't even understand the deductible or what is covered or what isn't covered or which doctor I can see, which doctor I can't see. And this whole argument about, some people have to wait to see a doctor in these countries that have nationalized health care. So what? You have to wait now. Christ, I have to wait 3 weeks to see a doctor if it's just for a physical. And believe me, if you're in an emergency situation, you can see a doctor. The bottom line is that there's still almost 50 million people in this country that don't have any health care, and they'll die before they go anywhere. They'll go to an emergency room, but they won't go see a doctor at all. And the fact is that people are willing to do this. So I'm with some people that say, look, if it means higher taxes, so be it. And do them a favor. On your return, let the American people see just how much they're spending on their taxes to pay for a government policy, to pay for a public option if that's what it is. Believe me, if it's up to like $1,500 or $2,000, which it won't be, that's going to be less than they're paying for their current policy, even if they're covered by their employees. So if 72% of the country is willing and ready for a public option, then just tell them how much it costs, and I can guarantee you they're going to be saving money, even if they're covered by their workplace. And everybody will be insured. Shut the fuck up with this sort of I don't know, that's going to be rationed. There's going to be the government in between them and their health plan. At least they'll have a fucking health plan. And if you put it on their tax return, how much it's cost them every year, it'll be less than they're paying now. Shut up. Let's do this. Let Obama just push us through enough of this jockeying bullshit. And I believe what Robert Rice says. It will level the playing field a bit and force insurance companies to be competitive in a reasonable way, as opposed to bilking people and banking on their death.